Hey guys, what's up? Danny here, and today I'm going to be giving you guys a very important update. So basically, I'm going to be talking about how everybody's manipulating you. So basically, how that works is that basically, let's say you have a girlfriend, this or that. You know, a girlfriend could literally be manipulating you right now, right? Some people say like, "Oh yeah, I have a girlfriend. I love her. She gives me this, she gives me that," right? But the thing is that a lot of guys, they be like paying. They be paying for girls. They be driving them around all of that time and stuff, right? You know, with within that time, a guy could be working. He could be doing something else good, beneficial to his life, instead of just like, oh, I'm gonna pay for you. You're my girl and everything like that. Relationships nowadays ain't shit. This is the reason why. So relationships, right? Now it's like woman, they're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have this power over you. I'm gonna manipulate you, even though you're buying me food, you're doing this for me, right? That's the thing in my head that does not make sense, right? It's like, you know, woman, they're just, it's just how it is. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, I don't like you, so I'm just gonna leave you and stuff, right? But then at the end of the day, you know, I feel like this is why like people they do like fucking then dip, right? So they like bang somebody and it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave you and shit, right? Like after you guys bang or whatever, you guys do your stuff. Uh, and I feel like that makes a man more alpha if you do that, because then let's say the girl does get attached to you, right? You leave first. If you're the one that leaves first, you're the one, right? That person is gonna end up being obsessed with you if you leave first, right? Especially if they don't expect you to do it, if you've known that person for a very, very long time, and then you just leave out of nowhere, right? If you feel like the energy is a little bit off and stuff like that, you have to be the one that leaves first. So that's that. And yeah, so I'm also going to be giving you guys an update on crypto, right? Let's just take a look at coin market cap right now. Just kind of see what's going on. But yeah, guys, if you really think about it, everybody is just trying to manipulate you and stuff, right? You go into a store and they try to like charge you for all these things. And there was one time when I went into a store and there was like a guy in that store, and usually that restaurant, because I asked another person, they don't really charge for like the chips and everything like that. And then they decided to charge me $17 for those fucking chips, right? So that shit really got me fucking mad and shit, right? Because it's like, hey, I'm going out to eat with a girl and we barely even had any food at that little tiny restaurant. And they charged me like $40 for that shit. And I got really fucking mad and shit. I didn't even spend my money on it. That money that I spent on it, that was the money that my parents gave me, right? My own money, I'd be saving that shit and everything like that. I'm so lucky to be living with my parents. So that's it. Um, the main thing I want you guys to know is just to fucking escape the matrix. Go to the fucking gym, right? I feel like if you do go to the gym, then you're already part of the people that you're already above average if you start going to the gym. If you start, you know, uh, doing stuff like that, right? I started networking a lot. I'm starting my own brand, East Coast Parties. East Coast Parties. I'm gonna build my own bar. I'm gonna host parties in there, right? Everybody else, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to a party. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. But you gotta have an outsider mindset, and you gotta really think differently and stuff. You gotta um find loopholes in the competition. You got to find weak points in the competition. You got to work off of those weak points, and you just got to persevere. That's what you really got to do. Going to the gym, let me tell you guys right now, it really does help with your clarity of thinking. If you're always inside, your body is designed to work, right? A lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna do this in my life because this is a lot of risk to my life, right? But a lot of people will be surprised. At the end of the day, you it's either you live with the regret of not taking the risk or you take the risk. It's either you lose or you win, right? That little chance of winning, hey, it's possible. Anything is possible in this world. So that's why I want everybody to just understand that, and just kind of like maneuver things around and stuff. You gotta have that, just like, alpha mindset and everything. Not everybody is going to be the same, obviously, and everything like that, but you do have to have an alpha mentality. Going to the gym definitely gives you clarity, right? Why do some bosses put their workers on vacation for like a week, right? Just to make sure their clarity of thinking gets better. And like if you go on vacation and like you work out there and everything like that, that also helps with your mentality and stuff, right? Uh, yeah. So for me personally, I find driving that really helps me with kind of like, you know, like let's say I wake up in the morning, I'm like angry and stuff, and then I'm like driving on the road and everything like that, and that just kind of helps me out because like I wake up angry and stuff, right? You gotta put your mind to use. You put your mind to use, you're gonna get very very good things out of that, right? If you start younger, the younger you start, the better you are off in your whole entire life, right? If you start working hard when you're very, very young, then your mind is going to adapt to that type of things. You're going to get into a pattern in your mind, right? And then you're going to eventually persevere. You're going to climb the ladder and stuff, right? Obviously, if you need to take a break, do take a break, but you have to just like continue like uh climbing, like whenever you got energy and stuff. I don't know, ashwagandha, very very good fucking supplement for people to take, and that is it's a really good freaking supplement for people to take. So if anybody of you guys, you guys take some protein, take some ashwagandha, drink some caffeine, right? That really does help with your mentality and stuff, right? Sometimes I'm in the morning, I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do anything. I kind of got to force myself up, which I have mornings like that, sometimes, obviously. Not everybody is designed to always be happy, always be this, always be that, right? Have, you know, you have to have a back step before you do anything in your life, right? I went to my friend's dorm at freaking Rutgers before, right? And this is what happened. Basically, like, um, I was with my friend, and then like it just wasn't like there were girls in there and stuff, and then they were kind of like leaving some of their stuff behind and everything like that, right? That's not a good thing. You have to like you cannot be like a lousy person, a clumsy person. You cannot forget things. If you're planning on going something, always plan 6, 7 steps ahead of the game, and you'll always win and stuff, right? You have to, you know, always never be too happy. Never be too happy. Life is going to manipulate you if you are too happy, if you are one step ahead of the game. Sometimes that's what you got to be. That's it. So yeah, and the alpha mentality definitely coincides with crypto. I feel like investing into crypto is a very, very big risk, and that eventually is probably going to put some people over the top because it's like, hey, I took the risk, this and that. But you look at most people and stuff, they don't know how to save money. They don't know how to save money. This is the thing, right? They go to the mall, they get this freaking budgeting agent, like, oh yeah, I want some of your money so then I can help you save your money or whatever, like financial advisors or stuff. Like, why don't you just save your own money on your own, right? You could find things at a discount. I don't know, you could even buy fake things for yourself. You know, going into malls is a very, very expensive thing to do. That's why you don't go into malls if you do want to buy something. Definitely, you can go on freaking AliExpress and buy yourself a t-shirt for a very, very cheap price. Um, Obviously that accounts for risk and everything like that, but go to like a thrift store. Go, if you want clothes, go to like one of those stores that that they're like selling things at a discount, Marshalls or something like that, right? You want good clothes, those stores have good clothes. That's the thing, right? You go into other stores, Gucci, Louis Vuitton and everything like that, right? Why are they so expensive? Because they built up their brand, because it's like, hey, this is like luxury stuff and everything like that. But in reality, if it's an off-brand Louis Vuitton wallet made with the exact same materials, it'll be about 90% cheaper than the actual thing. Trust me, that's just how it is. That's that business mindset. So yeah, I wake up every single day in the morning and stuff, and sometimes you just gotta like, you know, there's some people in life that literally live for people, which basically means that you know, you know, like like those employees to a company, if you're an employee to a company, let's say you work for McDonald's or something like that, right? You're basically living for another person and everything like that, right? You don't know how to escape the matrix. You are in the matrix if you're a McDonald's worker. If you're old, that's not good. That's not good. But if you're young, I understand that there's not a lot of job opportunities. But if you're old and you're working at McDonald's, it's not good. You're living at the expense of somebody else's happiness because that McDonald's is owned by a person. That McDonald's is owned by a person, and the person that owns that land, they make part of the profit from the McDonald's and everything like that, right? So, and what are they doing? They're probably sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, type stuff like that, right? You could literally buy apartment complexes too. You could literally buy apartment complexes. But first of all, you need a lot of money. But unfortunately, most Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, right? That's freaking unfortunate. Sometimes you gotta take advantage of your situation. If you do live with your parents, understand how much you have to appreciate living with your parents. Because if they do pay for all your type of stuff and you are hustling, right? You're like investing your money, you're just like freaking hustling and so that's really, really good. You don't gotta pay rent, you don't gotta pay for nothing, right? So a rich guy that spends most of his money and keeps a little bit, you're basically doing as well as him. You save your money over time, and then you could probably afford something really, really good. But the number one thing to do is just to make a lot of money, and if you do have a lot of money in savings, you can invest into a very, very big project, and that's the good thing about just saving your money and having it, right? Living out of a van is a very, very good option, right? Some people, they talk about like, oh yeah, living out of a van is not good and stuff, but in reality, it's actually really good to live out of a van because you don't have to pay for rent. Okay, you're paying for the insurance of the van, whatever, you're paying for the maintenance cost of that van, but it is a depreciating aspect. But you're living in a van, it's like, I don't know, smaller than the size of my room, but you could sleep in there. You could get a gym membership. You could shower at the gym. What, a gym membership, $10 a fucking month, $20. I don't know. It's very freaking cheap. So you go to the gym to shower. You live in that freaking van, and then yeah, some people, they're like making internet money off of that, and instead of buying a house, right? Their goal is to make a lot of money first, and then eventually, when they have a couple $1 million, they could literally buy like an apartment complex, get some freaking tenants in there. Takes about 1 to 2 years. You make all your money back. You make all your money back, right? And then basically what happens is that like after you make all your money back, then you're gonna be profiting, right? So those are side hustles, side income, everything like that, right? Number one thing is to always have a lot of connections. You got to realize where you are. If you live in America, right? Fuck that food stamp shit. Life is so simple. I swear, it's so easy to get on food stamps in this country. It's crazy, and the tax rate is very, very high. That's kind of bad. Some people find loopholes. Some people just pay the taxes, right? Because hey, nobody wants to be fucking with the IRS. They're very, very important people. I respect the CIA, IRS, all those agencies and stuff. You gotta contribute your fair share to the government, right? But then, sometimes you gotta think about like, oh yeah, what if I want to live in Romania? Like that's also a pretty good option. You get to keep all the money you make. You don't gotta pay no taxes. A lot of things are unregulated, but the number one good thing about Romania is that you are. When it comes to like what was I gonna say? Number one good thing living about like in Romania is that it's a NATO country. It's a NATO country. So Romania is a NATO country, right? Somebody tries to attack it, boom, this and that, right? That's compared to Ukraine. I'm from Ukraine. That's the thing. So I'm from Ukraine, and that's the type of shit that be going on. Like war and everything like that, right? You never want war. You never want war. right? There are a lot of gangsters, a lot of criminal activity going on in Romania. But again, like I said, one step ahead of the game, you know, one foot forward after the other, right? You can freaking make it and stuff, right? Some people, they have that natural gangster mentality, right? You know, obviously, you know, sometimes you can be liked by many people, sometimes you can be hated by many people, but you know, it depends for every single person. Um, yeah, so basically, guys, which crypto is gonna make you escape the matrix? Let me tell you right now. All right, so, um, yeah, we got Binance Coin 6% down. That's horrible. Dogecoin again, persevering 0.19% up compared to a lot of other. Uniswap is up by a good amount, right? You know, a Dogecoin's gonna make you escape the matrix. Uniswap is gonna do that same stuff too. Okay, but yeah, guys. So just freaking subscribe to me for more tips about how to build businesses, just become successful and stuff, right? Masculinity is a good thing, right? Some people, they're so masculine to where that's like the opposite of feminism, but the thing is that it is very good. It's always better to be a masculine man than a weak man. And the reason why men are getting weaker, is because they're not going to the gym. Because back in the day, what did men used to do? They used to work hard. Physically. That contributed to higher testosterone because their body needed to adapt to those certain types of conditions, right? But some people's body, they're adapting to sitting at home and doing absolutely nothing, right? There's no muscle growth with that type of stuff, right? And honestly, I do feel like every single person, they could try a supplement. I think CMOS is a very, very good supplement for people to take, right? Some people could try CMOS, and what that would do to them in the future is that it would actually really help out with um, kind of like the nutrients your body needs. So always, do nutrients. If you feel tired, if you feel a little extra tired, a little extra this, maybe go to the doctor, do a full body exam or whatever, right? Some people, they literally, like, maybe they have like a minor health ailment that goes unreported, and then, like, you know type stuff, like they're not able to reach their potential for that type of reason, right? So you have to, like, go to the doctor, do this, do that. I mean, it does cost a lot of money and everything like that, but yeah, life is just all about risk and stuff, right? And if you do take the risk and you do succeed, that's a very, very good thing. But yeah, that's it. You got to be a masculine man. You got to be something. You got to make something out of yourself. If you do make a lot of money, a lot of girls are going to want to be with you and stuff, right? If you don't make a lot of money, right? I think, like, some people, they talk about like their personality is nice and everything like that. I understand that, but it's not the most important thing. Having a lot of money, I feel like that's very important. It gives you opportunities to do very, very well in life and to just succeed and stuff. So, let's say your family member, something goes wrong with them, right? You're like, here, I got all this money for you to help you out, make sure you're okay, right? That covers all medical expenses, all that type of stuff, right? You could get any type of clothes you want. You can have people working for you. You could live a lavish lifestyle, making a lot of money and stuff, right? That's the big CEOs. They're not going to tell you that. They are not going to tell you to make a lot of money and do that type of stuff, right? You got to kind of, like, live your life and do everything on your own. A lot of people are not going to fit your mindset. If you do find your brother, then that's a very, very good thing. If you do find your brother in your life, then you could actually work with them, right? But a lot of people, they're just not designed for that type of lifestyle. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to work with another person. If there were a bunch of people working together and they weren't going to snake each other out, then they could become very, very rich together. But people snake each other out. They're like, hey, this is my money, this and that. They have like an like a argument over $1 or something. I don't know. It happens. It happens. So that's why it's much better to be alone. And when you are alone and you're content with being alone, that's when other people are gonna want you. So that's it. Um, yeah, that's basically just what I want to tell you guys. Banging girls, like going around and just like banging girls to um, like, is honestly better than having a relationship with one girl, right? That's what Andrew Tate says. That's what, you know, his brother says and everything like that. It's like, hey, I'm gonna bang a bunch of girls, and this is much better. It's much better than having a girl, because you have like one girl and stuff, and then you're like sad one day, something slips out, something goes wrong or whatever. It's honestly, you never know. You never know that. Like, you know, so that's the thing. You know, yeah, type stuff. If you are weak, just remember it's okay to be weak, but it's not okay to stay weak. You have to get yourself out of your situation. One bad day does not mean anything for the future, right? I had a bad day yesterday. Today, I'm like, I'm gonna sit down and make a fucking podcast. Why the fuck not? Because honestly, life is all about taking risk. That gives you a rush. That gives you a rush. That gives you a feel-good feeling. You're like, wow. Like, some people, they be mad about my thought process and everything like that. I'm like, okay, I'm a unique person, type stuff. A real man has enemies. He has to understand that. If you are a man, you don't got enemies. Fortunately, you're not a real man. That's how it is. That's just how it is. That's it. Um, but yeah, guys, just freaking understand that um, you have to just like hustle and make a lot of money if you're working at a restaurant and stuff. I do not people listen. Some people do this, and I do not like that they do this, but they like buy an old car and then they mod it and then they try to sell it again. Like, not a good idea. Not a good idea. When you do have a lot of money, then you buy a nice car, a luxury car, old Toyota, old Honda. Okay, I understand that. It gets you from point A to point B and it's very reliable. Go buy that. You're smart. You're smart. But you buy an old Audi, an old Beamer, this and that, from some random seller, you don't know who was driving it, whatever, has a clean record. If that car still got abused, though, if somebody was revving that engine too hard, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. That car still technically is being abused, so you honestly don't really, that's not in your interest to buy an old car. You mod it and stuff. That gives me bad energy. Those people that do that type of stuff, high-key give me bad energy and stuff. That's it. But yeah. So just number one thing is just be a selfish person. Be a selfish person, right? Make a couple friends. You know, they're on the same kind of wavelength as you. Just freaking um do it. Always be in a squad. Always be in a group when you are. If you are alone and you do not have people that are on your side, that makes you very vulnerable in life just generally, right? If you do have a squad, people think the same and everything like that. Girls are going to find you very attractive if you move in a group. If you move by yourself, you're not going to be attractive. That's the thing. So you find your group, and then that just instantly makes you more attractive, right? That's it. You get multiple guys in your group. You guys are wearing some good clothes. You guys hype each other up and everything like that, right? That's where it's at. That's where it's at. Because I feel like if you are just, let's say a guy is just dating one girl and they're always hanging out together, right? That's not a good thing. You have to find a variety. You got to hang out with other people, right? You get different mindsets, different perceptions and stuff in your mind, and that definitely does help a relationship, right? Kind of expand your horizons and stuff, right? That's it. Um, so yeah, that's it. Just always make sure, if you're a guy, don't get manipulated by no girls. It's not a good idea. Fucking and dip, that type of mindset, very, very good. You never know when a girl is gonna ghost you. Or if you're a girl, you never know when a guy is gonna ghost you. So, honestly, yeah, gotta have an alpha mentality. If you are lacking in some ways, you can definitely make it up by doing other things, right? Internet money. If you're small, if you're short, but you're rich, yeah, you'll be okay. You'll be okay in your life and everything like that, right? Get yourself a tall girlfriend, right? If you're short, right, and you are doing absolutely nothing right now, if you're a short man, you're doing absolutely nothing. A lot of girls don't like short men. That's the thing. right? But hear me out. If you do make a lot of money and you do find yourself a very tall girlfriend and you're like, hey, you wanna have kids with me? And she's like, yeah, sure. You're freaking rich. Look at you. You got this freaking mansion. You did all of this, right? You are out of the matrix. Why wouldn't I want to have a kid with you? You go with a tall girl, then you have tall kids, and you're like, yo, like I feel good at stuff. Like this is my genetics. These are my kids. I'm like, word, this is really good. So if you're a short guy, go do that. Go to the gym. That also makes you bigger. If let's say a guy, he's like 6 feet, he's really really skinny. Trust me, a girl would probably choose a guy 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". If he's buff, over that guy that's 6 feet. Okay, yeah, I thought for a sec that my screen kind of went black and stuff. I was like, wow, damn. Okay, now, okay, yeah, so basically, guys, yeah, cryptos, Uniswap is doing very, very well. Let's actually take a look at Uniswap real quick. All-time chart. Okay, it's very, very low. I think that the lowest point that cryptos are going to go in the crypto cycle are definitely first quarter. There's 4 quarters in 2023, first quarter of 2023. I think that's when the cryptos, they are going to be going going like at their lowest point. And then after that, I think the cryptos are gonna start going up and stuff. But the fact that Dogecoin's already going up, that's a very good thing. Elon Musk, Dogecoin, we going to the moon. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Um, yeah. So stuff like that, guys. Just really keep grinding and stuff. You're doing well. You're doing well. Like, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I don't ever want to see anybody sad, right? Um, that's it. That's it. If you don't, if you don't get along with a lot of people, sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes always better to get along with more people, right? If you want to be a therapist, got to get along better with people, right? Put yourself in social situations, right? Don't always be on your phone. Be if like people that are always on their phones, like, oh, I'm gonna text all these girls, I'm gonna do this, that's social media shit. How about in person? I want to see Riz up a girl in person. You ain't gonna do that, exactly. So that's it. Um, yeah. So everything. The teachers are trying to manipulate you too. So you're like in a university and shit. You're like, oh yeah, this teacher, she's like making like 100K a year, but not out of the matrix. You're in the middle class. You're a teacher, you're maybe upper middle class or something like that, right? Maybe in New Jersey, you make a good amount of money, blah, blah, blah. But you're still inside of the matrix, right? You still don't have that unique perspective on life. You're just teaching kids, you go home, whatever, you drink coffee every day, and, you're just like teaching kids information that everybody else is taught. And that just means that you're inside of the matrix because that information is not unique information, right? Um, but you do your research online and you could honestly, you know, do a lot of things. And networking, guys, number one thing, you do a lot of networking and stuff. You are probably bound to meet somebody that, fits you as a person. You do a lot of networking, you're probably bound to, have very good things happen in your life because not everybody is going to be evil. This world is very, very evil, but not everybody's going to be like that. That's the thing. Not everybody's going to be like that. That's what you got to understand, right? Networking underrated. Who knows? You meet some rich guys like, yo, bro, I got to hand this business down to somebody, and like I'm looking at you, you got some good traits or something like that. So networking, never sit on your ass. I have no respect for people that sit on their ass. That is not a good thing. So, yeah, just kind of covering all the points, you know, obviously always better to um, escape the matrix than be in the matrix. And yeah, having a lot of kids is a very, very good topic. If you have a lot of kids, basically, you know, you're more likely to create a kid that's very successful. And they're like, oh, who's his dad? What if his dad's like a nobody? No, well, like, that kid's successful and his dad is successful. It's like, yo, like that's what's up and everything like that, right? But number one thing, if you are a powerful female, you could, I mean, if you, like, let's say, females, they look like, hey, I want to bang this guy. He's powerful, he's this, he's that, right? But this is the thing. There are girls that are also strong females, right? Girls that scam the fuck out of guys. Scam the fuck out of guys, right? Very intelligent females. I'm gonna go to a bar. I'm gonna ask this guy, get me this freaking bottle for like $1,000. And then, you know, eventually what happens is that, like, you know, she resells those bottles, $1,000 each. Boom, that's it. New idea in your head. Um, she resells those, and I think that girl actually ended up buying like a freaking house for somebody. But yeah, that's why I'd be rejecting buying anything for girls and everything like that, because a lot of them very hard to link. If you do go to parties, you are outside of the matrix. You are not in the matrix. If you do go to parties, if you sneak into them, if you get into them, doesn't matter. Maybe if you're in a frat, maybe you're not escaping the matrix at that point because you're paying to be in that frat. But if you do go party hopping and you know how to do that shit professionally, mad respect to you, mad respect to myself. That's what I do. So that's it. You just rizz up some girls from the street. You're like, yo, like, you know, what's up? Like, you know, can you guys get me into the party? That's it, type shit. So yeah, you gotta keep a good balance. Have fun. Never forget to have fun. And get your education. Do everything. Just do everything, right? And, you know, unfortunately for some people, that mindset's not gonna work. And it's completely okay to work a 9 to 5 job your whole life, McDonald's or anything like that. Just saying, it's okay. It's okay for all people to like work that job and everything like that. I'm not gonna judge. Every person has, but you know, just for my respect, always gonna be around those people that know how to escape the matrix and see. You know, sometimes you gotta have a sixth sense. Maybe like sometimes like I be going driving and stuff, and I'm like, wait, there's something like there and shit. Like I like it's like I don't know. You gotta have a sixth sense to always, you know, have some intuition in your mind, and you'll do very well. Life is all about finding what interests you, and you gotta find your interests in your life. Go. Let me give you guys examples. So, um, like you could try going around finding a bunch of jobs, and maybe one job is gonna get your interest, right? Some people like recycling stuff, and you know some people are very very good for the planet and everything like that. But unfortunately, I do not think that like being good for the planet, like if you're a person that's like genuinely good for the planet, then not like I don't know. Like yeah, it's good for the planet and stuff, but you know, some people get good luck out of their own selfishness. Like that's the thing. Like you have to understand that. You have to understand that. Then you're outside of the matrix. So yeah. Um, Try boxing. I don't know. Try every sport. Um, yeah, that's it. So let's actually take a look at Terra Classic, because I used to actually invest into Terra and I did lose some money from that. I'm not even gonna lie. But okay. Oh yeah, Terra Classic, it went all the way down. That's so hilarious. You go to the 1 month chart, it's continuing to go down. But it might definitely go up again, because there's gonna be like a bull run very very soon. So yeah. Yeah, so definitely, you know, having a bunch of girls, having a bunch of guys on your side, very very good thing. That's it. Um so yeah guys, that's basically my video. Kind of tired now. I basically covered all the main points. Your teachers are trying to manipulate you. You go to a store, you buy food from them, they're like manipulating you and shit, because they're buying that bread for very cheap prices in bulk, having workers do that shit for them, and then there's a guy sitting at his house that's just generating passive income. He is at the top of that food chain, right? Those people, they're draining their lives to work for that one guy at the top. They're draining their lives to work for that one guy at the top. So that's why I am gonna have my own course soon about, you know, just like mindsets, how to get rich, this and that, right? You know, definitely if you are interested in joining something like that, right? You know, just like have an open mind. Have an open mind. Sometimes you gotta take risks. That's it. Um, but yeah, it's basically all the points. Just keep that in mind, guys. when you're like eating something. Always make home cooked meals. McDonald's, Wendy's, all these fast food chains, how are they trying to manipulate you? They're manipulating your health. Why? How are they manipulating your health? Well, let me tell you. Let me tell you. So, they put a bunch of bad ingredients into their food, and then eventually other people eat that shit, right? But like that's the thing. Those people, they're like eating it and everything, that their cholesterol goes up. It's very, very cheap food. McDonald's, Wendy's, the food that, why is it so cheap? And they resell it for like $5. So they're at a profit when they make you like a bundle, like a burger and fries and everything like that. Like that fast food chain is making a profit. That fast food chain is making a profit from $5. So imagine how much all that food costs just to make. They probably put plastic in that shit. They put a bunch of chemicals, dopamine mimicking chemicals. Why are you happy after eating fast food? Oh, I'm gonna get my Happy Meal, I'm gonna do this. There goes a lot of engineering into McDonald's food, right? But it's definitely not healthy for you. It's not good food. None of that shit rots. Do not eat fast food. If you eat fast food, you are stuck in the matrix. Let me just tell you that right now. That's it. So yeah, type stuff. You know, make your own food. Make your own food, and you will become very. Uh, you will be able to think clearly. Your body is gonna get more nutrients out of that food, so it's gonna work at a higher capacity. There's omega. I have freaking omega-3 packets. I took ashwagandha the other day, and then I took like the nuts and stuff. All those natural herbal supplements, right? I ate some nuts, some freaking cranberries. Like it's like a omega-3 like freaking packet inside of there, right? It's very good for your immune system. Let me tell you, if you drink, if you smoke, you are stuck in the matrix, right? Sounds unfortunate. I understand those tough people that it's like, hey, it's college, I'm gonna drink, I'm gonna do this. But I think in the long term, though, in the long term, if you do want to keep your IQ 100% sharp and everything like that, because if your IQ is already high and you smoke a lot and it goes down by 10 points, who knows? What if those 10 points could have meant the difference of you figuring out some new freaking formula and everything like that? So that's why you have to go through pain. Go through pain every single day. Do not use drugs. Do not use drugs. Right? So if you are like that, very, very good. Do not, if you use drugs, you're just stuck in the matrix. Just remember what I'm saying right now. Go to the gym, make connections, do networking, right? Some friends are gonna come and go. Some friends are gonna stay in your life. Life's all about finding those people that are gonna stay in your life. Your allies, your people. It's like, yo, bro, let's go do this with me. Let's go do that. And they're like, straight up, I'm like, I'm with it. I'm with it. I don't care. They're loyal to you. Loyalty, more important. Loyalty is very, very important, right? People, they're like, oh, I want to hunt you out. I want to snake you out. Don't do that to me, because I'm capable of horrible things. But you do that to another person, they're like, oh yeah, I'm an NPC. Well, I'm okay with it, man. I'm an NPC. Shut up. Shut up. That's some bullshit. That's some fucking bullshit. Like, don't. You gotta. If people disrespect you and shit, you cannot like. And you cannot. That's the thing. You cannot disrespect. Don't ever disrespect people. You get disrespected, and then people turn into absolute menaces and shit. Right? You never know who you're talking to. Always be careful with that type of shit, just to keep yourself safe. Right? Just be careful with disrespect. You never know what somebody's gonna do. Right? Humans are wild creatures because they have a big brain. And that's what makes them so evil. Right? That's it. So just remember what I told you guys about everything. And yeah, literally, you know, sometimes, yeah, you'll be stuck in the matrix, you'll be depressed, you're out of the matrix, you're not depressed. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the matrix, I'm depressed. Sometimes I'm out of it, I'm like, oh, I'm not depressed anymore. So just freaking fight. It's fucking life and shit. Take risks, take calculated risks, most importantly. So that's it. Hope you guys have a great day. Just kind of sharing my thoughts with all y'all, because life It's crazy. So I hope you guys have a great day, and peace out. And I'm gonna start doing these podcasts more often because I actually like what I'm doing. I think my mindset is very unique. That's it.